parents in North Carolina are taking a stand against critical race theory after their governor vetoed a bill that would ban the controversial teachings in schools. Governor Roy Cooper claiming the legislation against CRT, critical race theory, quote, pushes calculated conspiracy-laden politics into public education. But our next guest is defending parents who don't want this curriculum taught to their kids. North Carolina Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson joins us now, along with Jill Homan, a mother of two who preemptively switched her daughter's school just to avoid CRT. So I'm going to start with you, Jill. This has been something I've been hearing as well, which is that, you know, parents are complaining about CRT. Teachers and some Democrat politicians are saying, CRT, what's that? That's not happening.
Rachel, thank you for bringing this issue up. It's, you know, critical race theory, 1619 Project, anti-racism, equity. It goes by many different names, but the fact of the matter is it's in both teacher training and it's in our school system. And that's why we spoke out against it in Johnston County. And it's something that we do not want our kids growing up with that in their education system. And the fact of the matter is in Johnston County, teachers have training that says that math is racist. There is training that librarians have received that calls for them to diversify book offerings to combat systemic racism and sexism. And so the fact is if it can be in Johnston County, it can be anywhere, and we do not need that in our school system.
Lieutenant Governor, I'm glad that you're fighting against CRT. I think it's very damaging. It's teaching kids to hate our country, to be suspicious of each other, hate each other. I don't think it's healthy. One of the things that I've noticed is that a lot of this is emanating, as Jill said, from our teachers' colleges. And many of those teachers' colleges are public universities funded by the state. So what are you and the governor doing, or what are you doing about that?
Well, you know, this task force that we launched, our Facts Initiative, that is just the opening salvo in what I'm going to call a long war on bringing education in North Carolina where it needs to, back to where it needs to be. Look, we spent a long time in this nation healing old wounds and learning about the past divisions and injustices, and we've come together greatly as a nation. We are together now. We work together. We serve in the military together. We worship together. We marry each other. We've made great strides in this nation. Things like CRT and the associated things that go along with it, those things are going to drive another wedge in between us and push us farther apart, not bring us closer together. We need to be teaching our young people about the shared victories that we have had over injustice in this country, not the so-called injustices that exist now.
Let's look at this concept House bill against CRT. It says that it would ban that one race or sex is superior to another, that the U.S. was created by members of a certain race or sex to oppress others, and individuals should feel distressed solely by virtue of their race or sex. What has been the support that you've been seeing, Lieutenant Governor, for this bill? What is the reaction from constituents?
It is overwhelming, and for the governor to call it conspiracy-driven is just, that's just, I can't conceive that. You know, from the very beginning of my campaign, this is one of the major issues that we heard about from thousands of people across this state. This is a serious issue that needs to be dealt with, and it's high time we start doing that. We've known about it for years, but it's time for us to put our foot down and start making sure that we do something about it.
Jill, aside from fighting for this kind of legislation, what are you personally doing to make sure that your child is protected from this very dangerous ideology?
Well, first, I'd like to applaud the Lieutenant Governor and his work in shining a light on what's happening. We have excellent representation in the General Assembly, including Phil Berger, Speaker Moore, John Bell, and so I've been enthused by their work. Also, we in Johnston County, we have a lot of parents who are very concerned. It's why you have over 200 parents showing up at school board meetings speaking out against this. Look, the fact of the matter is when you have 29% of African American kids in our region reading at grade level, that is the real civil rights crisis, and that breaks my heart. It is unacceptable that we are failing these kids. But positive news is that we have great teachers in Johnston County. We need to equip them with the basics in education, allow them to teach, and we need to also teach our kids that they have greatness within them, that they can learn anything, and we live in, we have a great opportunity in Johnston County to turn this around.
Thank you, Jill. And Lieutenant Governor, I also applaud you for taking this on. As a fellow minority, I think we have a special place in trying to tamp down what I believe is a very dangerous Marxist takeover in our school system.
Absolutely.
Thank you both.
Thank you.